Almost 400 teachers and coaches from across Canada have gathered today in Niagara Falls for the 6th annual Concussion Summit. Hosted by the DSBN, the two-day event featured discussions focusing on concussion prevention, education, and awareness.
Our board has been fortunate in being able to look at not only the prevention but also information for coaches. So we were training coaches a few years ago, before the Rowan's Law, before PPM 158. So we are ahead of the game, but we still have lots to do, and we have a lot of discussion to do around concussion so that we can manage safety of children. And that's the most important part, that we're about education. We're about educating kids. We're about them to be safe and also have fun at the activities, and we don't want to reduce activities. We just want to be able to manage it so that those kids are safe.
Rowan's Law is named for Rowan Stringer, a young Ottawa girl who lost her life after multiple concussions incurred while playing rugby. Its passing in Ontario is hailed as a turning point in concussion prevention.
We're already seeing player welfare jumping to the forefront where it hasn't necessarily been there before. And I think that as well is going to play a more leading role in things. We have seen sports organizations, particularly around rugby because we were close to it, bringing in specific programs around player welfare, etc. And I really think the contribution of Rowan's Law, particularly with the educational aspect to it and getting into the schools, getting kids to learn about how important their brain health is going to promote that cultural change that needs to happen in sport.
Dr. Charles Tator has been on the forefront of concussion research for many years. He talks about how the coach's role is more than just developing skills and strategies.
I regard the coach as not just being in charge of skill development and athleticism and knowledge of the game. I regard the coach as the safety person at the rink. That coach is in charge of our kids' safety. And a lot of those coaches are teachers, and a lot of them are in the audience today. So to me, that's a big draw. That's why I come back, so I can give that message directly to the coaches. And I know that it's going to be translated into action.
NHL legend Ken Dryden has been a lawyer, a member of parliament, a hockey executive, and also a university professor. As an author, his recent book, Game Change, pushes for big changes to the rules and culture of hockey.
This game, for its first 50 years, you couldn't pass the puck forward. That was the understanding of the game. At first, you had no substitutions. You had only 6 players, originally 7, I think, and then 6. You had to play the whole game. You couldn't pass the puck forward. I mean, that was the nature of hockey. You move into the 1950s, when I was a kid, and it was a game that seemed to us of just these great stars skating 100 miles an hour and shooting 1,000 miles an hour. And then you look at real game action and realize how slow it was because the players played long shifts. Move into the 70s when I was playing, the shifts were down to a minute or a little longer, and it was because that was the forechecking era. That instead of controlling the puck, you just dumped it forward, and everybody can skate fast without the puck. So you fly into the corner, but if you skate fast and fly into the corner, you get tired sooner. So the 2-minute shift becomes the 1-minute shift. Now you move into a time where it's 35, 38-second shifts, and it's puck possession. Very different game. And the biggest effect in that way, or the biggest negative effect, is that when you move faster, there's less space, there's less time, there are more collisions, and there are more forceful collisions. And the most dangerous instrument on the ice is no longer the stick, it's the moving body. That is the most dangerous instrument. That's why we have more significant head injuries, and we need to adapt.
This year's International Concussion Summit was sold out, setting new attendance records for the event. Reporting in Niagara Falls for The Source, I'm Mike Balsam.